When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Everybody, and welcome to tonight's coverage of a brand new series here at Maconi Entertainment. The Palmetto Racing League kicks off its 2nd season with a trip to Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll be bringing you all the action tonight from Bristol, Tennessee, here at Maconi Entertainment. Maconi Entertainment is here to bring you action from all types of racing, including this series, the FLCC later tonight, and more. No matter what you're racing, we can bring the action to life. My name's Justin Prince. Alongside me in the booth for tonight is Sky Shrek. Christian Hill is producing. He's using cameras provided by Whipwatch SimCams. Tonight is going to be an interesting experience. The start of a 57-week season. And it's going to be interesting because we have a mixture of both real-world and AI drivers in the field, Sky, that are looking to qualify.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty unique here. We've got about 5 real-life people in the field and then 10 AI drivers in this race. So you're going to be seeing names out on the track like Christopher Bell, Greg West. That is not the actual Christopher Bell. That is iRacing's AI representation of Christopher Bell, who will be out here racing with our 5 real drivers tonight. Mike Wambold, Chantel Pottle, Aaron Vogt, Joshua Fix, and Matthew Corley.
Going to be a big test for those drivers because we can tell you the AI drivers had a ball out on the racetrack earlier tonight. Well, digitally, you can say, having a fun time because they were up to 4/10 quicker than some of those real-world drivers on raw speed. We'll see if that carries over to the actual session, though. That's the major question. Now, keep in mind, this series is a lengthy one when it comes to the campaign, starting here in September, but they're racing all the way for the championship in November 2026, Guy. There are 3 money races in the mix. That includes Outdoor Dirt, the Charlotte All-Star race in January, and then the series finale at Homestead, Miami in November 2026. They also have dirt races, they have road course races, they have fantasy type of races at different circuits, and several special paint scheme races designated for the series. So there's a lot when it comes to the development of the series that they have been trying to map out here for Palmetto.
Yeah, looking at the race format here tonight, we're doing open qualifying right now. We'll then have 100 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway for your race here tonight. And that'll be our race here tonight. I believe there is a max time limit on the race here of about an hour and a half, but it will be 100 laps projected at Bristol, Tennessee. Half mile in length, high banks, about 30 degrees of banking here. This track about as famous as it gets in racing, and I believe they will also be running the dirt version of Bristol later on this season. If you kind of wishing for that to make a comeback after NASCAR a few years ago, they will be running on it. We will have 3 tire sets available tonight. 1 will start on the car, 2 will start over the pit wall, 1 fast repair, and 30% fuel, which is going to lead to multiple pit stops here over the course of this race for these drivers. We will also have a competition caution at a lap later on in the race tonight, so we'll figure all that out as we go along in the course of our 100 laps.
It's going to be a wild night, let's put it that way, for these drivers the next little bit. We'll have to see where things shake up. They still have less than about 90 seconds to go in their qualifying session before we get zipping around here. So, as well, some of the drivers to keep in mind here tonight. There are a couple familiar names to the league scene. Race control tonight is going to be Mike Wambold, for example. We've seen perform well in his respective races. He won't be in the field tonight, but was one of the fastest drivers in final practice earlier. Joshua Fix will also be a part of the lineup tonight. He's the series admin. Also in the field is Matthew Corley. Aaron Vogt also in with Chantel Pottle, as you explained earlier on. We'll also be looking to have fun here. And right now, majority of those drivers looking for pace here. They have cloud cover over the racetrack. It is looking like it's going to be a night race here tonight. But those drivers are going to have to fight hard. The AI is blisteringly quick here. Very consistent.
Yeah, we're sitting at a track temperature of 82 degrees right now. Like you said, there is a little bit of cloud cover currently on the racetrack, cooling that temperature down. The AI had quite a bit of a pace gap to the actual drivers in qualifying. All 10 AI cars in the field were faster than the fastest human driver in practice, and then right now it's looking like the top 7 qualifiers are all AI out of the 14 who have set a time. So we're going to have to watch how that develops over the course of the race here tonight. Qualifying is wrapping up right now, and it won't be too long before we are getting ready to go for the first race of Season 2 of the Palmetto Racing League here in just a second.
So the drivers now getting the check flag for the qualifying session now. They have reached the 5-minute mark for their session in the live action. We're about to have a night here from the facility at Bristol Motor Speedway. The last great Coliseum is about to see drivers do war with robots. We'll find out if the robots win or if the superheroes get the victory. It's going to be an interesting one tonight with Chris Wiedner's AI up at the front. Jose Diaz Castello will start in second. Kevin Iannelli will start in third. Christopher Bell improves from practice by a sizable margin. He'll start in the 4th position. Then row number 3, we'll see that advance in the next second or so as they zoom on through here. That features Travis Sullenberger and Alex Horn in the 6th spot. Greg West will look to start 7th. Gerg will start alongside Aaron Vogt. Then rounding out your top 10 starting spots here is Chantel Pottle and Greg Hill, the Aussie version. Here, Sky.
Yeah, going back through your field here, you've got AI John Henry in 11th with real driver Matthew Corley going off from 12th in the Lightning McQueen car. AI David Lavecchio will go from P13 tonight, and your fourth of four real drivers, Joshua Fix, will roll off in 14th. And then we got Mike Wambold, who's the race control, who I do not believe will be running tonight. I do have kind of a thought about how race control would work here. Are we going to give EOL penalties to the AI who crash into each other?
That is a good question, because I've never really played around with the AI myself on the sim, I will admit. We're about to get really tested to see how well they race against each other and how well the rear-wheel drivers are able to respond to the speed here from these competitors. So we're taking the full clock, by the way, to be able to go here as Mike Wambold is in race control and will not be taken to the starting grid procedure. So 100 laps at Bristol. It goes by pretty quickly in theory here, Sky. But how will that play out? What are some of your keys to victory here tonight if you're not a robot?
Well, the key to victory, I think, is going to be just kind of surviving. You've got 10 AI drivers out here. I don't have a lot of experience racing against iRacing's AI. I would imagine a lot of real drivers in this field do not have experience racing against iRacing's AI, so you've got to kind of pick up on what they're doing and learn to race around it. One thing that is apparent when you're racing with AI is that the iRacing AI can be basically indestructible. You can completely wreck your car and the AI will somehow keep it straight and drive away. So if you're trying to lean on an AI, maybe get into the back of one, it'll very likely end up worse for you than the car you're hitting.
Track temperatures on screen, 80 degrees now is track temp, 77 air temp. Still partly cloudy skies, but expecting the lights to potentially turn on here if not already. It's one more pace lap before the field get the green flag. Do you have a pick on what your favorite AI is going to do?
I'm going for Christopher Bell because I said pre-race. Christopher Bell is from Norman, Oklahoma. I am also from Norman, Oklahoma, and if he wins, I will take that interview in his stead.
Okay. We'll see what the AI does here. We'll see what the rear-wheel drivers do. Happy to have you with us for Palmetto Racing League here on Maconi Entertainment for an interesting experience here tonight from Bristol, the start of the second season. We'll see who conquers them all. Green flag is out. We're underway from Thunder Valley. Good start for Chris Wiedner up in the front of the field. First side-by-sides feature Greg West and Alex Horn. They just settle themselves out. Everybody trying to see if they can stick to the bottom. Most of the drivers are trying to run that bottom line, except for a couple.
Yeah, all the AI drivers like Wiedner and Castillo up there are really keeping it down to the bottom. You're seeing some real-world drivers a little further back in the back. Run some more varied lines at the moment. We got a side-by-side battle going on between AI Greg Hill and AI David Lavecchio. Those are some drivers trying out some higher lanes around the racetrack right now. But for now, a lot of the AI really likes that bottom lane, and they're dominating with it. Chantel Pottle in 8th is the only real-world driver in the top 11 right now. All robots around him.
Yeah, Pottle's doing a good job off the start. Looking to charge the outside. 3 wide. Had to back out of it. Yeah, the AI nearly squeezed Pottle into the wall there.
That was a close one there between those cars. Pottle is trying to get some ground going to the inside of AI Alex Horn there in the 5, who's falling under threat from AI John Henry there in the 1. Pottle is, gonna turn the AI around, and that is going to trigger our first caution of the race. Human on machine violence for the 06 of Chantel Pottle.
Joshua Fix also got collected, as well as David Lavecchio. And it puts us under caution already for the first time here tonight.
Yeah, 2 of our human drivers took some heavy contact in that, as well as Chantel Pottle, Aaron Vogt, and Joshua Fix, both taking huge hits. So that is approximately 3 of our 4 human participants with major damage early. Thankfully, they do have 1 fast repair here for this race.
And the AI, thankfully, tells the field, hey, we're pitting. But let's take a look at what happened here. Watch the 06. They've been going aggressive on the dives. And the AI didn't see the dive coming.
This feels like a preview of about 30 years from now when the robot uprising is going to happen. We're just preparing all the drivers for it now.
A lot of hard hits to the back in the 36 as well. There is a fast repair available in this series tonight. So at the very least, Greg West can get the repairs done. They're very cordial when they come out of the pit boxes. We'll see Chantal Pottle, the Canadian from Lightning Esports, now go down pit road as well. And mind you, we have the double pit road here tonight, not the single, so they can go either side. Here's the look of the pace truck as they all roll on the bottom of the racetrack. All the AI drivers very diligently running single file as you see the repairs being done by Pottle.
We've already had 1 fast repair be taken. That is for Joshua Fix, who has fixed up his car there and is going to be hoping he doesn't get in any more contact, or else he's going to end up out of the race, and we will end up down to 3 human drivers trying to fend off the AI uprising.
Pottle was doing a great job. There was already 1 second of fall off, by the way, for a lot of the drivers there at the start of the run all of a sudden. So it looks like they have short run speed, but will they have long run speed? Winner, Castello, Iannelli, and Bell are still the top 4. Can they maintain the long run pace on these Goodyear Eagles here, Scott?
Are they going to have enough tire left to make it to the end of the race? Because one thing I'm noticing is that they only have 2 tire changes available this race, and we've already seen at least 1 of them be used here for a lot of these drivers. I'm kind of unsure of how that's going to work out over the long run with the 30% fuel load and the pit stops that are still yet to come for those drivers who have taken tires.
So it's about an 8-lap difference. Green flag is out. Back underway as they make their way to the Echo Park restart zone. Already your top drivers start single filing out. Try and get things sorted at the bottom of the racetrack. First of those up in the front with an I rating attached to them, Aaron Vogt. Vogt trying to find his way around the cluster building up as the top 2 fight. We have contact. Iannelli just got pushed up in the next pack. It's 3 wide as Pottle gets shuffled again.
Oh, we're going to have some contact further up the field. Aaron Vogt just tried to send AI Travis Solenberger into the fence. Didn't work, but he does end up getting the spot here. More contact going down into 3 as AI Kevin Iannelli getting swallowed up by a pack. That's going to now go 3 wide. Oh, Pottle's going to try to kill another AI there in Greg West. This time that 36 car saves it. That 06 is making some aggressive moves to get up the field. 3 spots in 1 lap.
Yeah, Pottle's absolutely got the speed. Some of these drivers running as much as 3 seconds off their personal best already off the fire-off. For the lead, here it comes, the 22, it's in the lead. Aaron Vogt is up front. Joshua Fix is upright to second. Fix last time by was quicker than your leader though, and they already have lap traffic in Ozzie Greg Hill.
Here, Vogt pulling away there with Joshua Fix behind him. Decided Aussie Greg Hill had some problems on that restart. That AI is now all the way back as Vogt is going to get the lap done on that car. Big loose moment for Joshua Fix back there in P2 as he tries to get this thing back rolling. Your AI are slowly moving back up, or excuse me, slowly moving back through the field as your human drivers move back up there. 1, 2, 4, and 11 for the humans at the moment.
Yeah, not bad so far for the 22, and from great fire off to not so great race pace. Here comes the lead, changed up, Fix got the better run. Fix stayed to the bottom and took it away. This track is almost driving like old Bristol for some of these drivers. We'll say Fix is struggling to track out corner exit.
A lot of these drivers are struggling to track out corner exit. The tires have really started to go here, I think more than we were expecting. The AI had a ton of problems with tires on that restart, and you saw it there as they all started to slip back through the field. Chantal Pottle will get it back up to P3 at the moment, passing John Henry and Jose Diaz-Castillo in those two AI cars. Top three now all humans on the podium. Matthew Corley still struggling in that Lightning McQueen car, trying to make ground up.
Some of the drivers in the robot category. Chris Widner getting a little bit aggressive. Getting a poke to the inside right here on Castillo. They also have Greg West in the battle. You can see just the comfortability to roll the bot on the outside. Just cannot seem to get the squeeze down to be able to properly use that outside to defend here. You used to be able to run the middle of the racetrack, in fact, and run it well to be able to save tire while also having speed. Not the case here tonight.
We already have our first AI in the pits, multiple laps down. AI David Lavecchio was wrecked by real driver Matthew Corley, and that car is pretty badly damaged in the 9, so that AI will be having a long fix down there in the pit lane before it can get back out. Might be down to 13 competitive cars here in the race.
Unfortunate state of the release for them, so see how things shape up. Widner still now trying to find a way around Greg Hill, the Aussie version. Here comes the air Greg West on ascent. That time able to get by Castillo for that spot. Hold on in the single file. 73 laps to go. We'll say the battle for the race lead is still heating up. Right now, Ern Vogt is keeping up. Chantal Pottle is even faster than them all, though. 3/10 quicker. So far, Pottle has been pushing on. For the race lead, they crash. Fix and Vogt both slam into each other and we're under yellow.
It's going to be bad for Fix. He's already used that faster pair, and that car is going to be pretty heavily beat up after that accident there between him and Vogt. Fix just kind of did that to himself. Came up the racetrack, put the 22 in the wall, wrecked both cars.
Nearly collected everybody up at the front in terms of rear wheel drivers and that. Let's take a look at the replay. Pottle is demolished from that incident too, by the way. And Fix just comes up.
Oh, you're right. Pottle, under caution, all on his own, crashed into the inside wall. And that car is majorly damaged. What?
Wow.
That is heartbreaking for Pottle.
That is a tough break. That's going to see a fast repair for Chantal Pottle. They will now be amongst the many down pit row we have not seen. Several come down yet, including Vogt, Henry, West. Fix did not come down yet. Alex Horn, Matthew Corley, Aussie Greg Hill all stay out.
And some of those cars staying out, like Fix and like Vogt, are going to have damage. They were both in that last caution, so I'm not sure how quick they're going to be. They might still be quicker than the AI, but both of those cars are going to be pretty heavily damaged. And it was like a wave around or two has been given to AI Aussie Greg Hill to get him back onto the lead lap.
And for those wondering, why does that car have that name? Well, there's two Greg Hills in iRacing. One is American, one is from Australia. You can guess which one's from Australia in real life.
Can I guess Aussie Greg Hill?
Ding, ding, ding.
Yay! I'll take my prize in the mail, thank you.
Well, we'll set up for the restart here as they are giving wave rounds to put people on the lead lap, by the way, so everyone who is running is on the lead lap. So, it is Vogt, it's Henry, it's Greg West, and then it's going to be Alex Horn. Matthew Corley's now in 5th. Dirt is back there as well in 6th rather. They have Castillo back there with Sullenberger and Bell. Iannelli, Puddle will try and go for the back to the front again. Green, green, green. Back it away. Vogt with a good restart. John Henry with a better one. Look at this. Henry powers his way high side for the lead.
Yeah, Vogt's got that damage. That car is not running as well as he would hope for it to run right now. Joshua Fix also plummeting back through the field as the AI have locked in. They've got some speed in those cars.
The AI just said they're pitting in. John Henry is coming in. I don't know, and Vogt has lost the race lead regardless to Greg West. The AI has a problem apparently.
Was he out of gas? I mean, we're running 27 laps. Oh, there we go. Big crash in the mid-pack.
And Castillo comes to a full dead stop with only 1 second to respond. As it gets pushed down the hill. The 17 has decided to tow instead of pushing the gas pedal.
And that is going to be another incident there where Chantel Pottle just decided to get the AI out of the way by force.
At this point, the AI is going to fight back eventually.
Oh yeah, Pottle is going to get right hooked in the wall by a sentient AI by lap 80. You'll see the replay here. That 06 car is just going to clean out the 4 into turn 3. I guess no harm, no foul when it's a robot, but I have to imagine that 06 also took some damage there as well.
Shockingly not that bad damage for Christopher Bell there.
No, but AI do not know how fast repairs work, so he might still be stuck in the pit lane for a little bit.
Vogt is taking manual repairs. Got confirmation that there is a competition caution coming at lap 50 for the field. So the field will be frozen in a few laps time, and then they'll have to pit. That'll make sure there's no green flag stops essentially. That being said, everyone except for Joshua Fix and Matthew Corley have pit at least once in this race. Mind you, Fix and Aussie Greg Hill are in front of them. I believe that's changing right now in the lineup.
Fix and Corley have pit, but they pit about 30 laps ago, and I feel like at a certain point soon, with the 30% fuel load, those cars are gonna have a problem on fuel. So, I mean, if I was them, I would have pit right here to get that car filled up with fuel, but they are gonna try the strategy game here and keep it out. I am noticing from a lot of the AI, at least a couple of the AI and a couple of the real drivers like Chantal Pottle, they have used all of their sets of tires, and there is still 61 laps in the race. So that is not going to be ideal for those cars, to say the least.
Yeah, we'll see what Pottle now does this time with heavy nose damage. One of the drivers based out of the Maritimes in Canada runs along in Tim's Corner Racing League competition, which is short track action. 60 laps to go, and it's Chris Wiedner up in the front of the field. Wiedner up front with Iannelli on side. Green flag is out, and everybody's back going. The robots see Iannelli get the better run. Right now, race control saying they're going to clear black flags if anyone got a check up on Pottle.
Oh, we're crashing. Matthew Corley's just wrecked an AI. Caution has flown for a wreck involving Matthew Corley and AI John Henry.
So that strategy John Henry took is not working at all. It's down the back straightaway that the incident happened. Was 3 wide, believe. So Corley does avoid damage from it. Let's take a look.
Yeah, the 95 just smacks the wall here and then comes off the wall and kind of comes down the track, gets into the right rear of that one car while they were 3 wide, and that is going to pile up the field here on lap 41. It's like a scrapyard out here, my goodness.
A lot of damaged robots as Corley tries to figure out which pit box is his.
It's been a bad race for the Clankers.
Yeah, we're coming up towards the end of the a runoff now for the halfway point, should say. But Potto's up to 3rd. The chrome horn's been really dented in. But hey, Potto's going for it.
And we'll see how it works here. Everybody has come down pit road now. I think almost everybody has taken all of their sets of tires. So we're going to be running to the end of this race on the same set of tires that these drivers are currently on for seemingly almost everybody. I think a couple cars, AI, Widener, Solenberger, Iannarelli, and Bell all still have some left, but everybody else looks like they took their last set of tires right there. And oh! AI John Henry almost just crashed under caution into Joshua Fix.
Not sure how they managed that, but so far it's been a wild one as Greg Hill comes on down once again.
I was about to comment, are the lights going to turn on here? It feels very dark at Bristol tonight.
Yeah, you would think the nighttime lights would have turned on by now. It's 7:18 in sim, mind you.
Maybe maybe the lights are broke. We're gonna get a bit of a true night race. Strap the headlights on. We're going racing.
Single file. This restart, I did not see an admin switch to single file, but we have it. Green flag is out regardless. We're backing away.
Yeah, unexpected single file restart there, but it is a good jump for the AI. Chris Widener up there in the lead. Solenberger sits 2nd. Potto, your highest ranking human driver, with some pretty serious damage to that car in 3rd. If I am Solenberger, I am watching out because I think if Potto gets up to me, Potto is just going to send the nearest robot in their vicinity.
Yeah, right now we're already seeing some of the robots pit on down. Vogt, Amunsto's pushing. Potto is sending it. He wants 2nd. Travis Solenberger trying to run the bottom. Potto trying to get the angle. She will now go her way, taking her time this time, and now gets the bumper. Solenberger moved up the track, nearly turned again, and up to 2nd goes Potto.
I think if the AI uprising ever happened, Chantal Potto was going to be one of the first targets after what has gone on in the first 50 laps of this race.
Yeah, might have to go into a very safe spot if there was a robot uprising, but 22, Aaron Vogt moving ahead. Right now, Vogt is quick with the caution. And stage caution is out. This is the comp yellow.
That will be that competition yellow that we mentioned a little earlier on in the broadcast coming out on lap 50. I'm not sure if anyone's going to pit here. Maybe the top 4 cars, some of those high-up AI drivers who have been pit since lap 30 might pit, take their last set of tires, throw it on now. Everybody else behind them, I don't see any reason for those cars to come down.
Race control is going to check about the reason we were single file and it's been reset back to double file. Should be side by side on the next restart as a result then, as Greg West has already indicated they'll be amongst the drivers pitting under this caution period. right now.
Yep, past
Race-
halfway now in the race.
I was about to say here, Sky, Race Control just gave a warning out. Warning that there might be an issue where they won't will file for the AI drivers. So to ignore the AI side of drivers and wind up double file if it comes down to it.
Huh. Well, we're gonna see how that works out. I'm not sure how that's gonna work out, but you know, we'll find out. AI John Henry has gotten a wave around.
That will put them another lap back in position.
We'll put him on the lead lap is where it'll put him. Oh, we're gonna get a couple ones. Castillo, Lavecchio, a few AI drivers getting some wave arounds here.
And they all say hello to their AI pace truck. Hey, they all want to make sure they're friendly with their friends up here.
I think the pace truck might have the most laps led of any AI tonight. Pretty good performance from them.
Yeah. Putting on a Kyle Larson-esque performance, you can argue. Still 46 to go. So we get ready for restart soon.
We're still doing wave rounds here. Aussie Greg Hill has just gotten a wave around.
Oh, don't hit your fellow robot.
I thought that was about to be an accident. Oh my goodness.
Guess the AI prefers the inside line for the wave arounds rather than the outside. That's got to be something to work on, as here's what they're talking about. Now, it looks like this time the double file does work.
Yes, we're finally going to get that sorted back out here and get these cars back rolling.
You know,
we will get the restart.
You know what would be a smart thing if the reason it was single file was because there were too many cautions? If that was an AI switch, the AI just decided to overwrite things? That would be a first.
Could be, could be.
But, regardless, 45 laps to go. Winner, Puddle, Sullenberger, Iannelli, the top four. Back it away.
We've received a message from Race Control saying either iRacing glitched out or the AI did single file automatically. So potential first stage of the AI uprising there, going back to single file restarts as Pottle tries to make the move around the outside of AI. Travis Sullenberger right there gets that spot in the 66 car and is now in hot pursuit of your leader, AI Chris Widener. And, oh, contact between the two. Widener almost in the fence. Pottle gets the lead.
37 able to hold on to it. We have smoke on the front straightaway though.
Matthew Corley is wrecked, yes.
So Corley has had to come down pit road under green with significant damage, while Pottle tries to check out.
Yeah, Corley, their early victim of the AI, kind of getting contact with Aussie Greg Hill after getting up into the wall, and that's what spun that car around. Here's Joshua Fix. This is a battle with the AI car of John Henry, I believe, for the driver of that 83 machine at the present moment. Almost to the fence right there. Fix starting to slide backwards.
Fix, one of the drivers who's had to take several times over repairs tonight. Right now, well, Fix still dealing with significant right front damage. That's really hampering the race truck. And these trucks used to be able to take a beating in them, not these days. Aerodynamics, so critical.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few drivers here with damage this race, both AI and human, and you can see that they've been pretty substantially slowed up as Matthew Corley is still having problems attempting to get that car down pit road. He's blown his engine. Matthew Corley has crashed into the pit entry wall and blown his engine.
How did he manage that after coming
Great
back
question. We'll see it here. This is just kind of just a solo incident. He just loses it, and yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Corley blown motor from that. Not sure if they have a faster pair of paint or not. They're only 5 laps down. Travis Sullenberger running third meanwhile. Sullenberger up 2 in the race so far. That 66 has been doing well consistently, running in the 15.5s at the moment, right on the dot.
Corley does not have a faster pair. In fact, no humans left in this race of a faster pair, and the AI do not know how to use faster pairs, so it appears no more faster pairs will be taken here towards the end of the race, as Vogue tries to fight his way around the side-by-side blockade right here of AI Alex Horn and AI Christopher Bell, and now he's got AI John Henry up the inside. He's in a robot sandwich right here in 1 and 2.
Vogue doing a good job on the outside here. Be able to get things to roll. Right now his pace is 3/10 off the leaders though. So we'll see if the 22 is able to roll. Yes it is. Aaron Vogt up a spot. Less than 32 laps to go. And what started off as potentially the start of a robot revolution will have to sit on the sideline with the way Pottle's been driving up by 1.7 seconds and pulling away. Pottle has put on a dominating speed performance of 14 laps so far, led and growing. It's the fastest by a 10th than the AI.
Joshua fixes just pit. I think this might be a, well, I'm not sure what it is because he just rolled through the pit road. He's coming down the other pit road. So Joshua Fix has tried to pit, but he has pit in the wrong pit lane, which is going to cost him a lot of time. Yeah. And now he's missed his box.
Yeah. Now a bit of trouble's there.
He'll get that thing back out, but he's going to have some problems. I think your entire top 4, well, maybe the entire field here, with the exception of potentially Aaron Vogt, still needs a pit stop with that 30% fuel. Pottle likely going to have to come down at some point just to get more fuel in that car.
Oh, here's an interesting thought. Pit stops. Pottle is in the spot where if this stays green here, Sky, the leaders will have to pit, including the AI. So, this is going to be interesting how they approach pit road.
Yeah, one thing I'm noting with Pottle is I think Pottle has taken all of their tires. Pottle's got no more tires left for the remainder of this race. On the other hand, the 3 AI cars back in 2nd through 4th there, Widener, Soloberger, and Iannarelli, all have a set of tires left. So that could play into the hands of the robot revolution here, and Chantal Pottle might be in trouble. You're seeing those AIs come down now out of fuel, need to make a pit stop.
46 laps to the dot for some of the drivers right here as they come on down pit road. Christopher Bell fishing 14.8 on the stopwatch. Everybody going quick. Oh, this is interesting. The AI just took 2 tires of fuel.
Strategy being played there for Widener, Soloberger, and Iannarelli. AI Christopher Bell did still put 4, and now Chantal Pottle is into the pit lane in that 06 car. Fuel only, and, well, it looks like they got the right sides up too, so maybe some tires still left for that 06 car. We will see. Left side's also jacked up, so 4 tires for Pottle will put him behind a lot of those AI cars.
Yeah, right now, Pottle going to be the first on 4 tires here, essentially, out of those who can nearly make it.
Caution! This is a manual caution, and it is for Aaron Vogt, wrecked on the front straightaway. That is one of your humans.
Just destroyed the front end of the truck for good measure. So the 22 having a big moment that really changes everything. Now a majority of the field who just pinned a lap down unless you're the AI, which ended up taking fuel only or 2 tire stops. That's actually a smart play by them, even with the older tires, and now they hold on to the lead lap.
Well, the only car that had stayed out that was a human was Aaron Vogt, and now that car is totaled. So we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be 4 AI potentially starting up front here between Alex Horn, John Henry, Aussie Greg Hill, And Greg West, I don't know if any of those cars have tires yet. Oh, never mind. The admins are going to simply give everyone who was a lap down a wave around. So that will kind of throw away that strategy here.
Yeah, so we'll see how things get sorted here as a bunch of drivers get the wave, yeah. Less than 20 laps to go.
If I was Aaron Vogt and I saw all these drivers getting a wave around, I'd be pretty upset because I was going to put me to the back of the field, and I played the good strategy. I've not seen particularly fair to that 22 car.
I think Alex Horn might pit under the green flag here coming up, by the way. They're only 46 laps to the run right now. So we'll see how things now work for Pottle in particular, with 17 to go.
I have absolutely no idea how this is going to play out with those AI that still need to pit up front. The AI on 2 tires behind them, the real driver on 4 tires behind them. This is going to be fascinating.
So again, Alex Horn yet to pit and is out of fuel. The 5 is out of fuel.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Now they're going again, and now we have people going around the leader. I think that was a wave around, actually. Green flag is out. Okay, we're back on our way. That was interesting from the 5.
We will we'll see what was ultimately behind that there, but we've got now the 5 might be out of gas for real this time.
Yeah, now they're chugging on the
caution.
bottom. Caution flag is out. Iannelli and Castillo, 2 of the AI drivers in contact. Pottle also involved.
Pottle has just said on the radio, the AI is not very nice, so we'll try to see what caused that here. The AI uprising, their potential cause of that, as yeah, it looks like a little bit of revenge. Christopher Bell just absolutely dive bombed Pottle down into the corner and sent her into the 7.
Yeah, there's the arc on Bell, and actually, yep, right there.
That is, oh, the robot uprising came sooner than I think Pottle would have liked.
Yeah, and then the drivers can't figure out who needs to go where. They take the order for the pace line very literal. They have to be in the exact spots or else you cannot function.
We're going to get some more wave rounds here, yeah.
Yeah, Josh Fix is getting one.
So that'll put Josh Fix closer to the lead lap. I think it'll put that car only 1 lap down from the 4 that 83 machine originally was.
So 12 laps to go this time by, and John Henry is very close to being out of fuel too. As they have put Fix back on the lead lap. Still has also gotten a wave around. So remember, Henry was the one who pit under green when leading last time.
So yeah, we're gonna go back green. Are we going back green single file here, or are we gonna line them up too wide again here in just a second? Looks like I think we're gonna line them back up too wide.
Should be. Oh, they just gotta call it the single file. Now we should get double wide. So
yeah, okay. Mike Wamble has race control has changed restarts to double file. They were supposed to be double file in the first place, and then somehow they got single file, and I think we're trying to go back to double file. We'll see.
Here we go. Outside 36, Greg West. Inside John Henry. Here's right at the edge of the fuel tank. Travis Sullenberger, Greg Hill. Wiener and Bell. Pottle is now 7th. Aaron Vogt is 8th. Horn, Iannelli, Lavecchio, Castillo fix the lineup. Coming up to 10 laps to go. These drivers up front have been waiting towards the middle of the restart zone. Green, green, green. Back underway. Keep an eye on the 06. Right now ready to charge again as the top 5, top 6 single file out.
06 is going to get around the 22 of Aaron Vogt, who was trying to get that spot, and now Pato is beating the door down on AI Christopher Bell. The next phase in the robot war, that 4 car is who wrecked Pato just a couple laps to go. Pato now stuck behind that 6 car of Aussie Greg Hill, and Pato was going to try to wreck the 6 car of Aussie Greg Hill. Great save with the increased stability of that AI 6 car there, and Pato will get through and will now get through a couple other cars. She's gonna rampage on her way to the front, take out every AI if necessary. In 3rd at the moment, and trying to do something to Chris Wiedner.
Yeah, this is now gonna be an interesting run here. Pottle needs to take their time to be able to make passes here. She right now runs as the top run human, but Vogt is trying to run that outside. They're getting checked up with Wiedner. Pottle having a very hard time here, and here comes the 22. Side by side back straight away.
Here comes Vogt with 6 to go. Gonna be 5 to go on the line. This time Pottle's in the fence and nearly gets into the right rear of Vogt, but keeps it out of that car. Aaron Vogt at 22 cleared a second, and now Pottle has 2 AI cars. Trying to get around him down there, Greg West and Christopher Bell in the 36 and the 4, as the 06 with a severely damaged right front is going to try to hold him off. 4 to go.
Time ticking away as Pottle tries to wrap the bottom. Pottle squiggling around. Can Vogt do something on the race lead? 3 to go this time through as Pottle deals with the damage. The 22 trying to go for 2nd. Wiener looks to the inside on the block, gets pushed up out of the groove. 22 to the 2nd spot, 2 laps to go.
We're seeing a blatant disregard for AI life this race, but it's working for Aaron Vogt, who is now on the bumper of AI Sullenberger and going for it. He's just gonna wreck Sullenberger too. Doesn't matter. Aaron Vogt takes him to the white flag.
White flag this time by Eric Vogt. Looks to finish things out with the line he wants. What a night for the humans to start off the season. Aaron Vogt comes out of turn number 4, will take the checker flag and win at Bristol.
An update for the human driver. Chantel Pottle has gotten a incident point black flag and is not going to be able to finish the race on the lead lap.
Well,
Joshua Fix is the 2nd human in P6.
what a night. There was an incident limit of 20 incident points as Chris Wiedner tries to show some intimidation on the cooldown lap. Aaron Vogt. The 22 comes away with the first win of a lengthy Season 2 for this series. Oh, and wow, what is the 7 doing? Just drove to the burnout. Iannelli's just driving around the racetrack. So Aaron Vogt will try and do one thing that you apparently can do. No, reset. We'll take a chance to reset. More coverage of the Palmetto Racing League coming up after this. You're watching tonight's coverage on Maconi Entertainment.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need: Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.
Welcome back, everyone, to tonight's coverage as the 7 drove through the burnout celebration like it was still a green flag situation. Aaron Vogue, though, took the unofficial race win tonight, able to move ahead after moving some of the lappers and some of the AI out of the way. Wiener and Bell, second and third, Horn in fourth, Inelli fifth, Fix in sixth, then Solenberger, Henry, West, and Hill, your top 10.
Finishing back from there, we have Jose Diaz-Castillo, Chantel Pottle, David Lavecchio, Matthew Corley, and Mike Wambold.
So look top to bottom at tonight's action here in this one. So we do have a driver standing on by. Matthew Corley, who blew up and hit the pit wall at one point. Matthew, what was your experience like here tonight?
Honestly, if I could put it into words, it'd be chaotic. Had a few chaos moments. I'm generally new to iRacing. I have a record of, I believe, 18 days. So this was a pretty fun one, and I hope to do better next race.
So what drew you to iRacing to be able to get yourself started on the platform?
My brother, he's the one who leads the Palmetto Racing League. I was watching him race, and that's ultimately what got me into it. My family's always been big into NASCAR, and I wanted to get into it and see how good I would be at it.
So now that you're on the platform, what have you learned that you plan to take to approach New Hampshire next week, especially with the AI doing, well, its thing here tonight?
I'm gonna teach myself to be just a little bit more defensive and watch out for them, because a lot of my issues tonight was because of the AI. But all in all, I'm gonna practice more with the AI on my free time, just so I can potentially get a hang of how they operate.
Anyone you want to give a shout out to here tonight?
Sorry, what was that?
Who would you like to give a shout out to here tonight? Any sponsors, any people you like to give a shout out to?
I'd like to give a shout out to my wife and my son. They're the biggest reason I'm into this right now. Is my son absolutely loves it, and I love him. So
Congratulations on the race here tonight, here to start the season, Matthew.
thank you.
Matthew Corley, taking the time to speak with us here. We also have Josh Fix now joining in. He's with Sky.
Hey, Josh, you got a copy?
I do.
All right, well, you brought it home in P6 tonight. How is racing with AI? Because I feel like that's a little different from what we usually see on iRacing.
Josh, do you have a copy?
Yes, I hear you.
How's racing with AI? It's a little different from what we're kind of used to on iRacing.
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole different ball game. Season one, yeah, absolutely. Season one was filled with AI. We were just getting started good. Me and Aaron Vogt. We, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's it's a whole different ball game. We ran into that a lot with season one, as me and Aaron were primarily the only two that were actively racing. So every race was pretty much between 20 and 30 AI. iRacing AI is really difficult. We've not really been a fan of them. There's we had to fill in the slots, but uh, they just don't care about you. One of the things that we learned about real quick in season one was something as simple as them coming out of the pits. They don't care if you're coming up the strip. They're going to merge right into you. They're not looking. They're not paying attention. They roll right out into the track. So they kind of drive that way when they're out on the track too. So it's a really different ball game, and it helps us get better, but at the same time, uh, you can never really. They're about as unpredictable sometimes as human.
Yeah, I was gonna say we saw a couple stretches this race where the human drivers were very clearly faster, and then we saw a few stretches where the AI drivers were very clearly faster. Is that just kind of how these things work?
It is. I think a lot of it has to do with that adaptive skill level that's in iRacing. We have all of the AI set for the races between a 60% and 90% skill level. So they're not quite on. I believe the hardest mode is referred to as Alien. They're in the pro range, but it's it varies with them. Some we've seen practices where practice and qualifying, the AI will get out there and they will beat the dog mess out of us in times. But as soon as we hit the track for a race, it's like you see a whole totally different AI. Sometimes we've seen it where they've been slower, they've been more kind of in more regard to watching out and cautious of things. And then some races where they just throw caution to the wind and they go at it.
All right, anyone you have to thank tonight?
Uh, Big shout out to Aaron Vogt. He's my right hand man in this league. He has helped me pretty much from the ground up with this league. I'm still fairly new to all this stuff, so I'm still hitting a learning curve with a lot of it. A guy like him, he's a great guy to have in your corner. He's very wealthy with knowledge, and he's been a huge part of making this thing possible. So not only did he take the checkered, but he takes the checkered from me also, because I appreciate everything he does.
All right, congrats on P2 out of the humans tonight, Josh Fix.
I appreciate it. You guys have a good evening.
Once again, Fix, once the drivers get the chance to speak with us, Fix, the league owner, as well in this series. So your thoughts here tonight, Sky, after an interesting start to the season for 57 weeks. A wild start, you can argue.
Yeah, this was a fascinating start to the season. A lot of chaos. A lot of drivers still trying to adjust to racing around that AI. But I think we kind of got it sorted out more towards the end of the race. It was definitely an interesting one.
Well, we'll see what happens next time. New Hampshire is the next date. We'll see that next week here on Maconi Entertainment. Start time approximately 6:15 to 6:30 once again for 75 laps. Like, thank you for tuning in for tonight's action. Calling the action myself was tonight, Justin Prince. Alongside Sky Shrek, our producer tonight was Christian Hill. Thanks to all our viewers for watching tonight's racing action, and we hope you stay tuned to our social media pages for our next race. Thanks to the entire staff for their work in bringing this racing to you. This has been a production of Maconi Entertainment. We'll see you next time.
When you want to be the best, you can't settle for the rest. For anything on iRacing, there's just one name you need, Maconi.
With the launch of Maconi Entertainment and Maconi Competizone alongside Maconi Setup Shop, we now provide the best of the best in setups, paint schemes, coaching, broadcasting, and event organization.
With cars across all 4 license classes, we have what you need to hit the track with confidence. Grab a subscription and save money while going fast at MaconiSetupShop.com/subscriptions.
And remember, at Maconi Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories.